we're going to get into trippier territory. Not darker territory. Trippier territory. Death and eternity. Death does not need to be viewed as a dark thing. It's a mysterious thing. I think it's something that draws people to religion in a lot of ways, seeking that answer, seeking that comfort of what's going to happen to everyone, what has happened to people's loved ones that have already passed on. And I guess that's one thing with the Church of Nome is I'm not going to ever sit here and tell you that I know the answer. I don't. I hope for a lot of different things. There's definitely some outcomes that sound really great, like the concept of heaven. Of course, the concept of heaven sounds awesome. The concept of reincarnation, that sounds pretty cool too. There's so many things. Or, that the beliefs of that when you die, that your higher self, your soul, then goes to this other plane, and then you kind of self-reflect and see what lessons you need to learn, and you come back and do another life. There's so many different things, and there's lots of cool stuff with all of them. Or just nothingness, the peace of that. Sure, why not? If that floats your boat, go for it. But though I won't ever tell anyone what they should believe when it comes to death and eternity, as I explore it, I'm going to go on that exploration with you. Over the years, my views on that have changed tremendously. I'd say it's at every handful of years, I think which way I'm leaning with all of that kind of shifts and changes. And this is all just part of it. So that's my little preface, you know the word, before this next section. So now, no blessings, let's get into it. So some of the most profound questions of existence, the nature of death, the concept of eternity, and how these ideas reshape our understanding of life. Robert Lanza explored some of these themes and challenges, and challenges us to reconsider our perceptions of mortality and the continuity of consciousness. Lanza suggests that the biocentric perspective fundamentally alters our relationship with death. Traditional views often regard death as the absolute end of consciousness, a final cessation of existence. However, biocentrism posits that life and consciousness are not merely temporary phenomena, but integral aspects of the universe itself. This shift in perspective can help alleviate the fear and anxiety associated with mortality. One of the key insights from biocentrism is the idea that the mind's awareness is paramount and limitless. This suggests that consciousness does not die with the body but transcends physical existence. While the idea steps beyond the boundaries of conventional science and enters the realm of speculation, it offers a comforting and hopeful perspective on the nature of life and death. The notion that time and space are constructs of consciousness further supports this view. If time and space are not absolute realities but relative to our perception, then the end of physical life does not necessarily imply the end of consciousness. Instead, consciousness might continue in a different form, beyond the confines of our current understanding of time and space. Lanza draws on various cultural and philosophical perspectives to illustrate this point. For instance, many Eastern religions have long argued that birth and death are illusionary. emphasizing the continuity of consciousness beyond physical existence. This aligns with the biocentric view that consciousness is not bound by the physical body and persists beyond what we perceive as death. The contemplation of death and eternity from a biocentric perspective can also profoundly affect our emotions and attitudes towards life. By recognizing the continuity of consciousness, we can find greater peace and acceptance in the face of mortality. This understanding can help us navigate the emotions of love, fear, and grief with a deeper sense of meaning and connection. In practical terms, this perspective encourages us to live more fully in the present moment, live like gnomes, appreciating the beauty and wonder of life without the constant shadow of fear. It also fosters a sense of interconnectedness and compassion as we recognize that our consciousness is part of a larger, eternal continuum. Now let's reflect on these ideas. It's important to acknowledge that they invite us to explore and contemplate rather than provide definitive answers. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you what to believe. We're just exploring it all, okay? This is only our second Sunday service. We're going to explore other ideas too. So this biocentric view offers a rich and intriguing framework for understanding our place in the universe, one that challenges us to expand our minds and open our hearts to new possibilities. In embracing the concepts of death and eternity through the lens of biocentrism, we can find an invitation to transcend the limitations of our physical existence and connect with the boundless nature of consciousness. This perspective enriches our spiritual journey, encouraging us to live with greater awareness, compassion, and a profound sense of connection to the eternal fabric of the universe.